Here we are again, Timberborn. Last episode we got our tank pretty much done and it's filling up very, very fast, which is awesome. That's one tank down, 3 tanks to go. And the one I want to start working on next is going to be this one. And I want to stop flooding this area as soon as I can. I should have, in this tank, I should have enough water for probably, my initial math was somewhere around 150 days. And, I mean, if you just sort of, our guesstimate math was, hey, this is 28 tiles high, 2 tiles per 10 days, you know, that's 140 days, right? And again, there's a little bit extra there. So, but I want to stop using this irrigation I guess I need to. I was gonna say I was gonna do this, so I better go ahead and do it. Let's say kablooey, kablooey. Looks like I need to take out one. Oh, that's fine. And now we're flooding out the side somehow. Stop that, please. Why? Why? Okay, it's just simulation weirdness. That's not too bad. But we want to get started on this one, and before we do that, I want to dynamite it down pretty much all the way here. And the reason for that is the way the irrigation works is if you have I could use the dirt as part of the wall here, but if I do, then the irrigation isn't going to be as nice as I think I would like it to be. I of course demolished or set up the wrong area. I'll probably. So I want them to take out those things, and then we're going to put in, no, we're going to take in dynamites. And this area has to be too high, so we're going to just dynamite this entire area. Okay, and they've already started putting the dynamite, which is awesome. But that's going to, let's actually make sure that they get the outline here done first, because that's where I want to put my levees, and right now I have lots of logs, so now's a good time to put down levees. Although I guess I don't need a dynamite down this side because this side isn't going to be irrigating anything. It's, well, yeah, it's just not going to be irrigating anything, or at the very least it can only irrigate 8 tiles this way, which is perfectly fine. So we can just start putting in levees over here, and that would just look like, yep, just like that. Minor issue. I forgot to hook up our water aquifer over here to our depth sensor. And, well, let's just say, we have a lot of water. We have too much water. We have way too much water. It's a good problem to have. This is gonna, I already took, I mean, this was flooded anyway, but, whoopsies. So, hopefully it's gonna take forever to dry this out. It's gonna just, especially this area. This area is gonna, this should dry out pretty quick. I'm going to put I'm gonna put a pump in right here. Right there, please. There we are. And I'll have to say, hey, please build this, and please just pump here. And it's like everything's flooded. Why do I need power right now? But we'll just use my logs that I really don't have to. Yeah, I have enough. I have enough planks for that somewhere, so they should be able to get that. Yeah. Yeah. What? Oh, you have no. Yeah, you're no connection because that's understandable. Okay, well, this is a mess. Yeah, well, you know, that's what I get for being stupid, I guess. I knew I needed to connect those up, and I obviously didn't. So, but hey, our gravity batteries are full, so that's cool. So are you guys gonna turn off? Yes, you will. And you thankfully do not use resources when you are off. Pause. That's good. Good, 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 good. Okay. I wasn't sure if they would sort of keep running, at least the way that they did in some older version that I'm probably misremembering. But okay, you are still complaining about because I did not put the path in right. Okay, so we want you to pump this out, and for now, oh yeah, our water tank is flooded. Oh boy, that's gonna be. Well, we have this, right? Okay, but okay, they're okay. We're pumping. We're gonna clear this out so that our geothermal is back online. That would be nice, you know. Okay. Well, that was a whole bunch of silly. Yeah. Okay, water tank's back online. I guess I need to unpause the foresters. Again, I really want to stop having to pause and unpause the foresters here, and that's going to be once we get this tank online. This is going to be basically our new permanent irrigation area setup. And so this is a bad tide, which is, you know, kind of I'm a little bit thankful for, given how we've just killed just a ton of crops. We're still okay on the food for a while, and I could obviously do some emergency things if I needed to. But yeah, this is a well, it was episode 13. I'm not sure what I was expecting. Anyway, let's see. How's the dynamite coming in here? They got the outline done, so let's go ahead and just try to not to kill any beavers here. Let's wait till it's nighttime. They'll go home. They'll stop throwing dynamite here. I'm not sure why they're. Like, where are you guys? I don't know if they're. Why are they? Okay. Are you guys done? I think they're done. Okay. So now we can start plopping in the levees, and of course I've prevented them from reaching the rest of the dynamite, which was, you know, maybe a little bit silly, but we'll just do the first bottom 2 layers and say, hey, now you can reach the rest of that dynamite, except down here. So we'll just now you can reach the rest of the dynamite, and we'll let them kind of fill that up before we totally fill in the levees here. So somehow we're flooding again. Okay, you are off. You're off. You're off. You're off. Why is there water pouring over this again? Why? Is it because I've been building levees down here and that's just raising the water level high enough? Maybe. I don't know. I'm just like come on, guys. Well, let's see how long the bad tide is, and then we'll probably just skip to the end. Oh yeah, 16 days, that's nothing. That's nothing. I really should probably put in some bad tide defense at some point, but not this cycle. Alright, tanks all filled in except for some access paths while they fill in the dynamite. I'll worry about that later. But I'm thinking, you know, I really need to get some sort of decoration along this wall. I'm not sure what it should be at, like some sort of buttresses or something that makes this look a little less flimsy, you know? It's kind of a luxury thing, just aesthetics, but I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but I'm thinking about it. Other than that, we're hopefully letting this dry out. They're not being very productive because they have nowhere to store. water that they're pumping nearby because the storage nearby is flooded, of course. So let's just give them a small tank up here. And our food stockpiles are suffering too. We're gonna say you're gonna accept water and please build you sooner rather than later, so we can stick the water here into there. Our food, we're fine. Worst case scenario, I could always plop a farmhouse and put some kohlrabies up here or something, but we're okay on the food for now, so I'm not super worried about it. But I'm watching it. And looks like you're done planting, so you can stop. You're not done planting, so you can keep going. Okay. And we're almost done with this bad tide, and we're almost done pumping this out. Just very, very slowly. We're getting there. But yeah, so they're already starting on again. This is gonna be our basically our final tank. And so it should always provide green area unless we're out of water and thus dead. So again, up to 16 tiles away from here will be our final green space. And we're going to need to lay a lot of dynamite to make that work, but that's okay. We have again at least probably 4 more droughts before the death. Okay, there we go. Now we're all dried out. Now our farmers can get back to work here. I might even turn on you just as a temp. Nah, the planting doesn't take too long. Nah, it's fine. But you certainly don't need to be working there anymore. Oh, looks like they're even starting up to... They're throwing some materials up into that. That's nice. Because we're a little bit low on the metal right now, so... It'd be nice to get that in. I guess I can always, reach out over here... if I need to. That's not very far away either, right? That's what, like 4 staircases? Yeah, nothing at all, right? So worst case scenario, I reach out to there, but yeah, there's still plenty of scrap metal on the map. I don't need this mine anytime soon. There too, but it exists if I want it. I'm face palming right now. You can't see that, but I am, because guess where we have water again? Over here. Why? I don't know, but let's try lowering this threshold here. We're gonna let's unpause this. I guess I don't know what the deal is, but something is. I mean, I have 3 times as much water generation as I had before, and I guess maybe this... So let's just... If I just give myself a little bit more headroom, maybe that'll help. I don't know, but... It's... it's just a little bit silly. We've almost cleared out this area of water again. I did have a thought. You know what? If I replaced... There's still plenty of headroom up here in this tank. So if I replaced this dam with a fill valve, even if the fill valve is temporary in the wrong direction, and then hook that fill valve to this depth sensor, I probably could sort of say any sort of sloshiness is going to happen in this tank as opposed to this tank. I'm not sure if that makes sense. But I can't do it this wet season because right now if I blow this dam, 2/3 of a tank of water are going to come spilling out over here, and that's just not what we want right now. Oh, okay, and our scrap metal is done, so you can go away. And you can, like, pick that up, I guess. Why didn't you, like, put that in a tank before you said there was... I mean, I have plenty of... They're fine. So our scrap metal is gone. No progress over there. But I have plenty for now. Maybe I'll reach out to this area during the next drought. But for now, let's just see how long the next drought is, I suppose. I've been watching our depth sensor and setting it to 1.85 seems to have been the right call because it clearly likes to go just a little bit higher. Yeah, well, 1.91, 1.92, 1.93. Yeah, all the way up to 1.96, 1.97. Please don't flood. Yes, okay. So there's a little bit of headspace there. Here's a drought, 114 days. So that's 100 days plus, 14, I guess. That's kind of the really enlightening commentary I'm sure you're here for. So hopefully we can get through this. Our cassavas were getting a little low. I put down a few extras over here because somehow I have a little bit more green space than I usually do. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because I made this a 3x4 and that gave me an extra tile over here. It was probably that. It's probably the 3x4. But other than that, yeah, we're gonna just let the beavers. They have a lot of things to work on. But before we go, I think, yeah, we got all our dynamite in. So let's just go kablooey and kablooey, and then I can take out these paths and put in the levees. And then I sort of mathed out, alright, this is where this is 16 tiles of irrigation. I guess we might only get 15 tiles because I suppose this counts as one. But this is what I'm expecting my irrigation to be, and then obviously we'll be going out further. But I was just in the process of mathing that out. So yeah, we'll let this drought go by and see how much they get done. We're about halfway through our drought, and we have a ton of water. They're about halfway done with this. Well, it depends on how you count it. They're kind of already a quarter of the way done with the tank if you count the fact that we started with one wall already done. But they're making good progress here and around. Nothing up there. But food's still doing good. Water's still doing great. We're just letting more time pass. Welcome to the morning of our final day of this drought. We have almost 14 full tiles of water remaining, so we're literally basically at half a tank. And we are getting really close to doubling that. So yeah, 114 days, not a problem. We could probably do, once this is done, next drought, we could probably do 200. And I'm tempted to sort of break into the save file and edit things a little bit so that we get to the harder droughts quicker, but not quite yet. Been laying in dynamite where, again, the green space is going to be. This will be the last time we flood our starting area. Once this is done, we're not going to do that anymore, and I'll be able to demolish this, and I'll probably move our lumber camps, up here somewhere. Yeah. Probably move these guys up here, and then we'll move our farms. I think I want the farms actually right here, and I have some ideas on what I want to do there. But I gotta get the dynamite in first before we can do that, and before that, we need to wait for this this next drought to go through and hopefully finish up this tank. Almost certainly finish up this tank. Now I'm thinking, how am I gonna get water into this tank? And we optimally want water from here to go to the distributor and to the tank, but that might take a little while. So in the meantime, what we can do is just say, hey, let's take you out and strand this beaver. No, okay, good. And what we're going to do is we're going to say, hey, we want our fill valve here. And then we're just going to put a dam here. And now, let's rebuild our paths, and that should allow, and once this is up and running, it'll be fine. But for now, water will come into this tank, fill this tank, and then come into this tank. And this tank will set this up. Right, so this is target height 0.7, target height 0.9. So this tank should drain first, and then this tank. And you can see sort of how you could do this passively without automation. I do want to do with the automation eventually, but especially because just it's a little awkward going from one to. But anyway, that's a problem for another day. I also went ahead and started stockpiling some resources over here to, when they want to build this, they'll have an easy time building it, because that's a lot of resources. We still have plenty of scrap metal left, so I'm not too worried about it. Again, this is only logs, so it's fine. Yeah, so we're going through this wet season, and then we'll go through another drought here, I think. And we just got alert. It's a bad tide, so that's kind of a bummer. I realized that if I am not going to be flooding this area, maybe it's about time I go ahead and put in the bad tide defense. We're just going to just look. Yeah, we can use floodgates, sure. This far into the game and now just unlocking floodgates. And we'll just we'll put a little contamination sensor on here. Right, like that. Yeah. And we might as well, like, let's also throw a weather station on there and an and gate. Maybe it's an or gate. Yeah, so if the bad tide is here, I could activate it early. Or the contamination is above 1%. So, or... weather sensors 1 and contamination sensor 1. I should probably rename these. So if you're on or you are on, you guys will be set to we'll say this bad tide, or I don't know, bad stuff alert. There we go. So, if we have bad stuff alert, then you guys... nope, that one. You guys, when you are off, you should be down, and when you are on, you should be raised. Cool. Done. So, yeah, if it's a bad tide, just turn it off. And if there's contamination, also just turn it off. There. That should be fine and dandy. I'm not sure we're going to get this all built during this bad time. It's great moving these buildings over, because you just here you hit V and copy it over, and then as soon as it has power, it'll be all automated again, right? I just need to actually do that. And right now they're just being lazy in here because I didn't bother to connect up the power yet. Yeah, we'll be moving this stuff around a little bit here again. And because we're going to blow all this up, I think that's going to be the plan. But let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got on the bad tide. $13 days. Is that even? Why is it so low? Why is 13 days? I thought 15 to 30 was. Anyway, 13 days is laughably pathetic. So we'll just skip over it. And here we are at the end of the bad tide. Not much has changed, but we did get our defenses in, so again, this should just... Right now it's saying there's a bad tide, so it's going to be closed. And then when this bad tide ends, it should open up. So let's just make sure that our new bad tide defenses are working properly. It should open up. Yep, just like that. Awesome. Great. And now we get another wet season, and hopefully we get a drought. Well, we got our drought warning, and I realized I kind of made a mistake here. See, the plan was we're going to make a channel to bring the water to the pumps, but there's a little flaw. Fortunately, because I used overhangs here, this will not be too much of a problem here. Yeah, we just did destroy our main water tank, but again, all we gotta do is sneak in here and be like, build that please. And then we're gonna replace it as it was before. Boom, boom, boom. And then please, let's rebuild this pretty fast. Let's just make sure this, yeah, we want this in. We want this in now. And let's just put in our water pump, and hopefully we don't die due to stupidity here. But yeah, they should be able to build that real fast. Real fast. And then yeah, so now we have our channel. They'll take the water from our water seep to our pumping tower. Yeah, and they're building it. So we'll just watch them for a bit, make sure I don't lose the game with 21 water to spare here. We do have our backup pump, so he's pumping. So it's not like, I mean, we have plenty of water. It's just a little worrying when the water number is as low as it is. But yeah. Now does that water exist? Oh, it does exist in the rubble. That's kind of interesting. Huh. Well, I'm sure they'll pick it up when they feel like it. That's kind of weird, water in the rubble. I would think it would kind of like explode outwards or something and flood my area. So now we're at 121 days. Not that bad, not that bad. Clearly doable because we have a lot of water in the tank. So I'm not worried about surviving this one. Hopefully we'll get all this, finally finish this off. And maybe we'll blow up some dynamite to round out the episode here, huh? And just like that, our tank is back up and running. And our pump is back up and running too. So they just gotta refill it, you know, whenever they feel like it. I guess I can say, hey, pick that up, put the water back in the tank. Right? But yeah, let's just always sweep the rubble. And we'll see you at probably the end of this drought, unless something horrible goes wrong. Well, we're about a third of the way through the drought, and as our crops over here die for a final time, I realize as I've finished laying on all this dynamite, I'm going to need a way to path my beavers around, so I went ahead and laid in sort of a workaround over here so that once this power line gets connected up, I'll snip it here. And then I'll be able to blow up all these, and like, I don't need these levees anymore because this is never going to flood again. So I can recover all these logs. I mean, I'm not really going to recover. My log storage is pretty full right now. But I'm probably not going to destroy this path quite yet. But you get the idea. Because now I can start laying in triple dynamites up here. Woohoo! And if this looks a little weird, because this area is walled off from our water, so all this water is kind of wasted, unfortunately. I could blow up a levee and let it flow into the... but there's no point. But it does mean that even though... yeah, there's a levee back there, so... no, I'm not worried about the water coming around the levee this way, which is very fortunate, because otherwise I'd have to blow up, you know, one... I guess I could just blow up the vertical power shafts and put the levees there, but you know, I definitely don't want to undo this progress to wall this off again. So it's all set up, and yeah, we're just cruising through this drought. Right. We are now a little bit past the halfway point in this drought, and our second tank is just about to finish up. Only one more spot to go, and there's actually still a little bit of water in there. So what that means is that if I blow this dynamite now, we'll see how much green space we're gonna get. How cool would that be? It'd be dumb because, well, let's see. They've rerouted the path here, so yeah, let's try not to get any beavers killed here. Let's see. If I cut you, and let's cut you. No, let's cut you. And cut you. And they're not going to be able to get to my water pumps, but that's okay. Cut you and cut you. That should keep the beavers out. And let's just go on slow speed. And no, not that button. That no, not that. What are you doing? How would you stop it? No, you idiots! Stop it! No, run! Run! Where are you going? Where are you going? Okay. I should have realized. Hey, you know, you clip you clip the dynamite. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're still going on their old paths, I guess. But oh, this is exciting. But yeah, again, we're getting like this is going to be so much green space that we're going to have. I'm going to have to come back here and clean out where our staircases were, but that's okay. And I do need to, as soon as possible, of course, let's build some way for us to get our water pumps back online somewhat, huh? That seems very important. I do not like the 21 in the corner up there. I'm not watching the dynamite. I'm sorry. It's exciting. Kablooey. And then a little bit up here. And please build this stuff very fast. It is very important. I guess I need to reconnect this path, huh? And then, yeah, we can blow up here too. Although this isn't... they didn't finish putting this in yet. So maybe that was dumb. But yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of green space. And is the power rerouted yet? No, so I can't blow up these yet. But I'll probably just do that off camera and get all the dynamite in again. But yeah, so let's just speed it back up and say, hey guys, please water pump. Please water pump. Yeah, should have maybe thought a little bit more about that before I blew it up, but hey, it is what it is. And yeah. Okay, and again, yeah, we're gonna have just so much green space here for all of the farming, and it's gonna be pretty sweet. And I think it's about to go away here. That's looking pretty low. Yeah, you can always tell when it's about to evaporate when it sort of pulls away from the edges like that. So let's just watch all our green space disappear here. Don't make it melt iron me. Come on, do the thing. Okay, well, our water supply is hooked up again, so that's nice. It's a little bit of a long hike for them right now. I guess I should probably. Let's oh, okay, there it goes. Yeah, okay, so yeah, right now it's retreated, but once it's hooked up again, it'll be fine. And again, we'll just put some paths in here just so that they're not going around ridiculously long paths here. And our power is now rerouted, so it's time to say goodbye to these inventors. You're very nice. I don't need you anymore. And this shenanigans, I don't need you anymore. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, the forester. Yeah, just you lost some crops. They'll pick it up. It's fine. And these paths. And probably don't need this anymore either, huh? Okay. Oh, more dynamite time. I keep thinking I'm done, and I'm thinking I could probably reach this geothermal really easily. Just go up and over here, along here and down, and maybe even this aquifer, although I'll have to figure out how I want to get the water over. But, I mean, why not, right? So, I mean, yeah, let's just I mean, it's right there. Well, we're finally wrapping up our drought. Still have plenty of water in the tank. We got this hooked up, which is cool. Looks like they've been kind of haphazardly building this however they feel like it, whatever. Still no progress over there, but it's not a big deal. Oh no, well, it is a big deal. I'm completely out of scrap. So how about we say, hey guys, let's work on that for a bit. And I have all those materials over there, so it shouldn't take too long. And now we're in the wet season, which is great. I have realized that this is my depth measurement sensor, which turns on and off my water. And it is no longer over here where, so if I do nothing, this is going to flood again. And I don't want this to flood again because I don't want it to flood again. So I guess I could let it flood again, but I don't want it to let it flood again. So we need to move this depth sensor somewhere over here. Maybe it doesn't really matter where for right now. I need to find somewhere that looks nice, you know? Where is this going to be? Fortunately, it's a 12-sided tank, so I literally can't make it symmetrical, which is actually just kind of annoying. But actually, maybe I have two depth sensors, so that it's symmetrical. I think I have a good idea of what I want to do with the other depth sensor, but for now, let's go V and paste, and you actually need to like blow up. Well, I just need to hook up. Let's see, let's see, depth sensor 4, I guess, and we need you to build sooner rather than later, please. So let's hook up you to depth sensor 4. I really should rename these. And then that will never not be scary. Let's hook you up to... Oh, hey. You can be depth sensor 4 as well. And you can be depth sensor 4 as well. Awesome! And I really have all this extra power. Now to hook this up, I should probably get these engines kind of feel like a waste right now. But I'll worry about that in a bit. Right now, I think it's time to blow the dynamite. So let's pop this. And I do kind of realize that I'm going to need to move my district center here a little bit. But that's always a little bit of chaos. I moved my hauling post to metalsmith already, but this is always a little bit of chaos. So let's blow that up and ruin everything, and then throw this. I think it's finally going to be somewhere around here. So right now we'll just stick it over here. There we go. District center 1. That should be question mark. Okay. And then please pick up all of the little metal scraps that were over there. Well, yeah, you know, just blow things up for fun. But with that, I still obviously need to take these down another level. But now I have this corner with lots of space around that I can design. I don't know what I'm going to design yet, but basically where I want to put my farmhouses, and maybe even some monuments. Getting power over here will be hard, but and running 600 HP of power is going to be hard. But oh, wait a second, we just got a new geothermal online, so maybe we can afford it anyway. But any second now, we should get our water to overflow here, and we're going to have a lot of green space. And that's where we'll end our episode, is hey, I got all this space here. And again, so hopefully next episode, again, probably moving our farms, and maybe, just maybe, getting this done? Like, maybe, if I ever get scrap metal again? You know, wishful thinking, I suppose. Come on. Give me my water, there it is. Flow, don't overflow that way, flow into there, and now I got all this green area, yay! So yeah, I still gotta blow up a little bit of land here, but yeah, so this is going to be sort of our permanent green area that will never turn brown, even, well, unless we're dying for some reason, which we're very far away from, so I'm not worried about it at all. So, yeah, we'll wrap this one up here. I think this one went a little long, but that's okay. We had some bad tides that kind of interrupted things. But yeah, we're surviving great, and I'm looking at this green area, and I'm just like, I need to go do it. So we're gonna take a pause here and see you all in the next episode.